Okay, it looks like we're live. Welcome to the stream. I almost said welcome back to the joy of planting, which actually I might make this an episode. We'll see how this goes. I'm not 100% if I want to do season 3 yet, so I'm leaving that option open. So we'll just see how it goes. What was I doing? Oh, getting my stream manager set up. There we go. Perfect. We're ready to go. Now, I have an idea of a World Cup course here, kind of Flagstaff area with like step background. Uh, McTrees, how's it going? So this is the idea I'm going with, but I found I'm like, oh, I want to do something hilly, and then as it kind of evolved, I realized, oh, I need to do a tight routing and kind of really compress the plot. And I was just finding that this plot wasn't really conducive to it. And I like the first hole well enough. Just visually, it's nice, but like the hole itself is kind of bland, and it's and then like two is okay, but I'm not sold on it. Three I was struggling with, and I'm just looking around at the little bit of routing I had done, and I just yeah, like this whole there's potential, but it's just kind of a mess right now. And instead of spending hours and hours, um, yeah, it's kind of Shadow Creek. It's essentially, I mean, that wasn't the goal, but yeah, it's kind of Shadow Creek. That's kind of what it's turned into. But anyway, so instead of fighting this plot to salvage something out of it, I think we're just gonna start over. Oh, I need to kick some music off. Where did I put that? All right. Ooh, do I want desert or steppe? I think I've debated this, and I liked the backdrop for steppe better. And since that's really the only thing we're using out of the base theme, we'll go with that. Hey, Lacey, how's it going? All right, first things first, we're gonna flatten the plot out and build the terrain ourselves here. I think this was the one. Was this the one I was going with, or was it? Did I leave it at that one? Yeah, I think we left it with this one. We'll see how it goes. I can't. Whatever. I'll. Yes, that is true. Time of day. Actually, we'll do morning just because it's easier to get a feel of what I want there. There we go. Alright, I want to make sure we're kind of starting roughly the center of the plot for this one just because. Nope, alright. So we'll put the clubhouse here. And I'll just throw something down. Hey, Maddie. Alan. Adam. Ben, yeah, all the people are here. Let's see. We'll just throw a temp one down. Can't remember what building I was gonna go with for this, but I think I had tentatively used this building on the last plot. So I might actually do something like, I might do the routing and then start sculpting stuff, just to mix things up, honestly. Alright, we need to clear our... There we go, cleared. Alright. So I liked the idea I had before. So we'll probably have our first hole start right about here. We'll try to keep... I think I liked a lot of the stuff that I did on that routing, so we'll try to keep some of it. So I liked this being a par 3 over water. And then I think we make this our closing hole. Probably a par 5, also over water. Alright, so there's one. We'll make this kind of a short par 3. Fair, Adam. Or, Alan. Sorry. Are you able to handle sitting on this course for a month and a half? Well, if I do end up going with this and I do end up streaming it, I think the goal is to only do it in like weekly installments or something like that, just to pace it out. Yeah, it might be Fazio-esque. We'll see. All right, so I guess I can change the routing up from here. I liked these elements of the routing, but that's about it. So there we have our par 5, 10th. So I think we'll route these holes out this way, and this 9 will take up over this spot. So we have 2. There we go. I kind of, let's try routing it this, oops. Let's go a hard right dog leg here. Hardish. So you have 1, 2, 3. You don't have a par 5 yet, so let's make 4 a par 5, I think. Actually, I think we want to kind of route it back in this way. Make that one kind of gettable. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, I'm gonna go and start actually putting holes down. There we go. So 430 is fine for the first one. Alright, so there's our first 4. So we have 2 4s, a 3, and a 5. Actually, considering that this really is Shadow Creek-esque, considering I'm starting with a completely flat, barren plot, and we're just building everything up. I don't think that's a good thing, but we're just gonna roll with it. Alright. Here we go, we end there. I think let's do a short 4 after that. Something like that. So that would be 5. We can do like 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. I think we run down this way. We'll do like a long 5. Mid-length 4. Long 4. That's one way to do it. Although, if I could I could probably compact that a little bit if I wanted. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, so let's do create holes. Go that way. Alright, that can work. Although I could probably make that even tighter. Well, Adam, I don't know if this will be Joy of Planting or not. It might be. We'll do a quick heavy rough spline here. Oops, damn it, whatever. I know about what I'm going to do with that. Let's see. Alright. So that's not a bad routing for the front, although I can probably get even tighter with it if I wanted. Matt, what's up? I don't know. We'll have to come up with that. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I want to do three 5s, 3 3s, and 3 4s on the back. That could be fun. We don't want to make this like totally standard routing. So we could do total of 5 3s, 5 5s. So we have our first 5, then a 4. The 11, 12. And we could do our actually, we should make this longer. Alright, so this will be our clubhouse area. Which means we can designate a lot of area for that if we want. I just realized we probably want like a driving range down here. So we can kind of block this area off if I want. And then our road in and out will probably go in here. I can fit more clubhouse stuff here if I wanted, like a parking lot and things. Fair, Ben. Fair. Alright. So, there we go. That can work. Let me go 10. So we have the road running through here. Do you want a hole where you hit over the road or not? Or I could do a short par 3 where the road's kind of, or a par 4 where the road comes into play. Like, I could do a road hole green or something. I suppose this is a good spot for a 3, because I need another one of those. Then we hop over the road, do 15, 16, 17. Yeah, okay. There we go. That's 14, 15. I guess I need then like 16 and 17 to make this work. Alright. So 16 will be another 3. Which then leaves this as our 17th, and 18 goes back that way. That can work. That's fair. That's funny. Alright. Suppose I don't really have a long 3. I could make this our long 3. Alright, there we go. There's our kind of potential routing. I can probably squeeze this in and tighten it up if I need. Alright. Alright, we'll do some quick markers for stuff. Alright, and so if I remember correctly, that should be, yeah, 5, 8, and 5. 7,600, wow. Alright, so I could probably dial that down a little. Unless I want this to just be, like, in a complete beast from the back, which is still, you know, it's a possibility. Alright, first things first, I think we want this spot to be raised a bit. 10 and 1 being uphill are fun. Can raise this area a little bit. yeah, and I do want, I think I want a big, I can throw some water in here. I think we want a big pond around here. Something like that. And we'll massage those holes as needed. I suppose I can make all of this a lake as well. If for nothing else other than like a little bit of decoration. Well, I mean, and we can have it come into play on 13 and stuff. Here we go, quick ideas. Is that a bit too much or not? Yeah, it's fine. We don't need to overdo the water. Where's the bow tie green gonna be? Hole 2. There's gonna be a hole with a, let's see. What's a, oh, I'm sorry, God, why am I blank? Oh, wow. Justin, thank you. God, I'm mixing all my names up. God, that's bad. I have no idea. Well, I'm sure the routing will change as I go, though. Oh yeah, whoops, I forgot I was going to have my road in here. Although I could reroute it if I wanted. We'll just do a quick, something like that. Alright, so that'll work for now. That's not a bad, kind of quick start. Oh, also, I should do... We can start making some hilly areas, around the edges, I think. I might have some houses off to the edges, but I think we'll start throwing some mountains and stuff in. want anything too overly drastic. Just kind of smooth, rocky hill areas, I guess. Not any like complete cliff sides, but just enough to make it kind of rugged looking. Alright. Alright, I think we got to start. Oh, I gotta go pick all my trees back out again. That's a bummer. Alright, I know I'm using this one for sure. I know I'm using some of these. So I'll throw a couple down. And these guys. So we got those guys. Sure, I can throw a couple of the fat, wide ones in there just because. I want this one. Sure. Alright. Throw a couple of those in. Exactly, Justin. We're just all the trees that need friends. There we go. We don't need any of these right now. Maybe we go with like a smaller. I don't know. I mean, if I'm going like pure Flagstaff, um, you know, it does have a relatively like mature pine forest look. So the trees aren't that small, but you know, in game it can look a little different, I suppose. I don't, I don't really need these big tall ones though. Eh, maybe sprinkle a couple of them in. A couple of these, some spots, I guess. But we can figure that out as we go. Let's see. I might just do the rough width stuff on a hole by hole basis. Just to give like a general feel of where everything is to start. And we'll probably add some local that might be a bit much. Alright, let's see here. About where is our landing zone? Somewhere in about here. Now I can kind of make this run around to the right a fair amount if I want. Give it a big sweeping feel to it. Now we're getting into like Andre S-hole template territory, but we'll see how this plays out. I'm sure this will need some adjustment because the fairway's probably huge at the moment. Something like that can work, I think. I kind of like that. It gives you an incentive to play out to the left. It gives you an open view in, whereas if you just play out to the right, which is safe, then you have like hills and, you know, stuff blocking your view. Alright. How wide is that? 50, so we can probably narrow it to about 35 there, and that should be fine. Something like this, I think. Alright, that's a good start. Can kind of slim the fairway down up as we go. It's whatever the God, what's it called? The one Eric uses. Soundstripe. That's what it is. Which is just the, thing for royalty-free music to use. I mean, it works kind of well, so I have no complaints. Maybe something like that with our cart path. Not totally sure yet, but we'll figure it out. Alright. I gotta figure out what we want to do with our green, too. Alright, this area is probably way too big to all be a green. Oh, actually, I could just make that... That's not bad. I mean, it's a big green, but that's okay for opening hole. Oh, alright, we'll give that a go for now. I can always adjust it as we go. Again, it does work well for that, so... It does recede really well back into kind of the background. Oh my, that's... Oh, that's right, because my path width is still really high. And toggle second surface, rough. We'll bump it up to 4.2, I think is fine. Oh yeah, I need to change my surface numbers again. Yeah, I'm not 100% on exactly how I want this one to go, but at least I have a general idea, I think. And I can always just, if I need to do a couple passes at this and take a couple attempts, then that's fine. So it's funny, I picked this idea thinking that it was going to be different from everything else that was going to come out of World Cup this year. And now that I've seen like what a handful of people are doing, I think there's like not all World Cup courses, but I think I've seen 4 or 5 exactly like this one. So it's just kind of okay, this won't be nearly as original as I hoped, but hopefully we can at least make it interesting, so. Whoops, what was that? Is there a difference between what typically gets done for World Cup compared to Dream Team? Um, I mean, Dream Team's not a, um, it doesn't really have enough history to really like have like a traditional thing to it. We've only done it 2 years now, and there's not really like a what do you want to call it? Like, there's not a different style of course that gets done for either of those contests or anything. It's more just people tend to save their best for World Cup. Yeah, and I think, yeah, with Dream Team, with it being a team-based thing, I think that'll, um, like, I think Justin is right there, or that'll kind of be what that turns into, is, like, bigger risks being encouraged, because if you fail, ultimately it's just you have somebody who has a bad tournament. But if you succeed, then then you've got something crazy good to go throw up against, like, your opponent. The individual stakes being lower, I think, encourages people to take more risks and go with bolder ideas. Whereas with World Cup, it's all you. And so you really want to make sure that what you have can go. Because it's not like, oh, I just lost a point for my team, that's it. Again, plus with Dream Team, if you try something risky and fail, yeah, it's like worst case, you lose like 2 matches and they just bench you. Alright, I mean, that works. Part of me I don't want that corner to be nearly as harsh, but... There we go. drop this down a bit. Whoops. And probably drop this down a bit as well, since we want that to be kind of a runoff area. Okay, we've also only had one dream team in the current format, so I think it's, it might be a little early to say exactly what it is, but we can kind of extrapolate and guess. Now I just gotta figure out the bunker style and stuff I want for this one as well. Alright, here, we're gonna do a quick save, because I'm not totally sure. I think I want to stick with the same style as the other project I was working on, so that means that like the whole thing will basically be heavy rough with pine straw on top of it, and then kind of like native areas inside the pine straw, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know. Yeah, whatever. I know it's overly Shadow Creek-esque, it's fine. Suppose I can kind of work backwards here. So I suppose I should do, we should get the bunkers figured out before I start filling in the pine straw areas. Which one was I going with last time? I think it was this one. Because that kind of complements the backdrop texture as well. Assume there'll be a slightly restricted field for CC this year. Not really sure. I haven't decided yet. I suppose it's kind of, since I'm organizing that one, I suppose it's kind of up to me how we organize CC this year. So, I mean, if you have any suggestions or ideas, I'm certainly open to hear them of how you guys would want CC organized, but I know last year we did like a fully open field, and I'm not sure I necessarily want to. Not sure we'll do that again, but I definitely want to keep the field a little more open. Yeah. Maybe something like that for the inside there. Which I suppose lets me, I can open this area up, or I can throw in a little more pine straw in there. Well done, Maddie. And yeah, Lisi, we definitely agree with you there. It's we're always trying to make sure that that we're keeping an eye on it, but it's everything's gonna be kind of a compromise at some level or another. Especially when it's we love having new designers and new ideas and that sort of thing, but just the nature of like design is hard and there's a steep learning curve. So when you get new, like, inexperienced people in, like 80% of them are kind of be duds. Yeah. and again, it's the like it's not an issue per se until you get like an entire field that is just a lot of duds, which means that you're just kind of like you're burning a lot of judges' time for like stuff that just needs basic feedback of like, yeah, it just like I think contests are great for really in-depth feedback, but you also really kind of have to be like really in-depth feedback really gets less helpful at like a beginner level where you're just you're trying to get your feet wet and you're really just trying to get the basics down. So it's like I don't need to talk, it's like I don't need to give you feedback based on like all the nitpicks of like hole ideas and like that sort of thing. Like, oh, this hole, like this slope played a little weird around this pin, like that sort of stuff. When it's just down to like, oh, you just need to work on sculpting, or like, yeah, it's just basic surfacing mistakes or things like that. Whoops, I'm in raise. That's why it was getting weird. Alright. Like, why isn't this... I'm like, why aren't the brushes behaving like I thought they would? It's because I'm in raise, not flatten. Silly me. So it's the... I think, like, as far as, like, fresh faces go, like... They're all great to have, but the kind of guys who who are a little established and are just looking to make that big, that like their big step are the best guys to have in contests. And it's just kind of the like, okay, how do you let people like how do you get like some rookies in and some mid-range guys in who are looking to really step their work up and can best use that feedback versus like and then reserving a couple spots for like the vets who are gonna go blow people away and like who have quote unquote earned their spot due to like consistent contest results and that sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly. If we just did it for like, if we just said, oh, only the most qualified guys are getting in every contest, then you're never cycling people out until they decide to retire or take a break or whatever. Which isn't really what we want either. Like there's that balance of like, okay, like for folks like Reeb or Ben or like those kind of guys that they're gonna make a run at it when they enter. You definitely want to make sure that if they want to enter, they can get in contests. But while also having it so that I don't know. We have it's something that we have fought for a long time trying to figure out how to do, and we will just continue. Like, there's no right answer. We're always trying to find a balance that works for everybody and makes for the best contest experience and field and that sort of stuff. But there's not really a right answer. It's always shifting a little bit. I think one of the answers is really just having different contests aim to do different things. Where World Cup is always going to be our best of the best, like all the big name designers bring the best thing you've got, and let's see what what you've come up with in the last year. Whereas like CC, is probably going to lean more toward the rookie end of the spectrum, where it's like, okay, we're gonna let a lot of people in, and really just kind of you know make it as open as we can. Um, Generally, yes. But again, since we're definitely since we're shaking things up again this year, I'm not sure how exactly um, where we wanna slot all of our contests. Like, I think we know World Cup is gonna be like the perpetual like tournament of champions type thing, and CC will probably be um, the most rookie friendly of contests that aren't the actual rookie contest. But I think we're also trying to incorporate something a little bit more rookie friendly, um, into the rest of the contests on the calendar year as well. I'll I'm definitely aiming to do something like that for CC. Like, I'm not sure exactly how I would uh, organize it exactly, but I think the idea would be for CC, it would be to in order to open it up to rookies, have essentially like a an ability for those who would qualify as like a rookie to have a little bit more leeway in um, how they build their course type thing. Essentially, like with rookie contest, it lets you publish betas and get feedback and stuff on them. And I'd probably try to make a rookie category for CC that would like if people qualified and they wanted it, um, um, they could you know they could actively seek advice and get feedback on their course as they went. Just not sure how that'll work in uh, execution though. Yeah, I mean they're just meant to be fun. To give the community some good courses, to give budding designers some feedback, that sort of stuff, and to act as a showcase for community ideas. And again, and the competitive aspect is fun, but I think it's very easy to get too into that aspect of it, and just hence people who get really upset when the results don't agree with how they think it should go. not sure I want to do that top bunker, but we'll figure it out. We'll do the bottom two first. The rookie's usually pretty good about that. I mean, there are definitely some people who get a little upset at the results, though. Like I think we, I say that, of course, yeah. Last year was Tottenham's year, I think, so that got interesting. Yep, exactly what Ben said. But again, it's I think just the nature of things. I mean, like the odds of somebody ending up on the wrong side of the Dunning-Kruger effect is much higher in the rookie contest than it is in other contests, just because, they're new. It's just experts aren't going to suffer from delusions of grandeur in the same way that newbies might. And that's not to say that every newbie is going to do that, but it's just the being inexperienced is kind of a prerequisite for that problem. Yeah, Jerry is like, Jerry's more in the kind of, I don't know, just the, like Tottenham was just an asshole, and it was just the how dare you not like my course. Where Jerry is more in the I can't, it's the, I don't know, the I made it so it has to be good end of the spectrum. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, what kind of Ben said. It's the difference is the like, it's that whole, you got feedback that you didn't like, and Jerry just kind of rejects it versus Tottenham gets angry at it, is the difference. Oh, is that the Tottenham thread? Oh my, that is such a classic. He even hopped in my stream for like a couple times afterward just to like continue to try and troll me, which was amusing. Kind of sad, really. Like, I just kind of felt bad for him, because obviously he's got some kind of mental issues going on. It's like I don't even remember the jokes I made. Like, they weren't intended to be mean or anything. It was just kind of the, like, just trying to address an issue that was, what do you want to call it? Like the green sizes, and it's the rookie contest. There were a lot of courses in that contest that had all of the same problems. Oh yeah. I think it was I think the comment was you could land a 747 on these greens. Yeah. Or it's like they're so big they have their own zip code. Like, yeah, I get it. It's just funny ways of saying your greens are too big, you should size them down. And he hated that so much and just flipped his shit. Well, I mean, part of it is just because like I have my, um, I've done this long enough that there's certain like shapes and concepts I fall back on, like just putting like little peninsulas in the top line to break the shape up, that sort of stuff. You have stuff that um, uh, fits your eye and suits your style, and none of them are conducive to accidental phallic shapes. Generally, I'll still massage bunker shapes now and again just to because they ended up being overly phallic, and I just like, yeah, okay, I can adjust that slightly. I might be overdoing the bunkers on this whole little bit, but that's okay. Now, do I want one over here? Maybe something like that. Sure, why not? Although I should probably raise the back. Yeah, again, I love that backdrop. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for this idea. It's basically like it's almost like the Swiss backdrop in that you can almost build your course entirely around just the backdrop. Even though both of them kind of by default are a little difficult to build courses in, like Swiss is a great backdrop, but I always struggle really hard to um, there's just a lot of things about the Swiss theme that make it very hard to build a golf course and have it kind of look good. Like the default textures on it, are just terrible. Like you don't get any kind of depth or variation in it. Like the default trees you get are a little limited, that sort of stuff. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put in um, the texture for that back one, but that's okay. I see I did all the sculpting for it, so I can kind of just guesstimate what I did with, or I guess I can just hit, there we go, I can hit undo. Alright, that's a good start. Robert Bent Jones. That's great. Well, in terms of the actual hole design, I already like this a lot more than the last one I did. Now we just got to get the planting down, and I think we're there. Did you hear Shadow Creek? I mean, again, this idea wasn't intentionally Shadow Creek, but just based on the last one, there's probably going to be a lot of Shadow Creek in this, yes. Hell, I guess I already did the what do you want to call it? I already did um, why am I blanking? Torrey Pines if Torrey Pines was good, so maybe I need to do Shadow Creek if Shadow Creek was good. Randy, I am the liquor. Alright, let's see. I want you to do RMD if RMD was good. Oh god, but that's so difficult because everything that defines RMD is bad. So it's not like I can take ideas there and make them good. It's it's the things that make him unique are the insane ideas that absolutely do not work. The bonkers whole concepts that make no sense, like par threes that should be par fours and par fours that should be par threes, and it's just the or holes that make sense as neither. Nothing but phallus jokes. That would be good. Here's the question though, what would be the name for a course that has nothing but phallus jokes in it? I mean, there's gotta be a good name for it. Viagra Falls. Alright, I gotta go check out the screenshot. I can't remember what this was. Oh, yep, that one. Lake Placid Olympic course. Even better was the guy who designed that one then came into the feedback thread to ask why it was rejected and then pointed out that how many plays it had. I love people who tell you how many plays their course has as if that's some kind of measure of quality. Horny, you mean horned animals. Uh, this will be a great course, I'm sure. Nope, hold on, one sec. Gotta take a phone call, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, that phone call means I've got 20 minutes, which is fine, because that's about, I wouldn't want to go much past that for an episode anyways. Yeah, maybe not the most exciting Joy of Planting episode, assuming that this becomes one eventually, but, you know, we're just getting started, so... I mean, I guess I did route an entire course and finish a hole in an hour and a half. Yeah, somebody needs to pick up the mantle. I need to have somebody to raid. Well, I'd like to point out that's more holes than I've done on mine. So, I don't know what you mean by only 4 holes. 4 holes is more than I've accomplished. Yeah, regardless, at some point maybe I'll do it off stream, maybe I'll do it on stream. We go. Of course, I suppose I can throw in some of our kind of off course or off hole stuff here. Not totally sure yet. I guess you are technically correct there, Petra. I have built 19 holes. Because I did publish, I forgot, I guess technically I published a course that was going to be World Cup of Design and then I just backed off of. Or I published it too early. I couldn't keep it under wraps, so... Entirely fair. I think so. I'm blanking on what it was. I'm pretty sure I've seen it and I cannot remember it for some reason. Yeah, this backdrop is so good. I already feel like the scaling is way better on this course than the other one. It feels despite being just as tightly routed, it feels way more like it feels bigger in scale, like more open, you know, grander, that sort of thing. Oh, I always wear my heart on my sleeve when it comes to World Cup courses. You know me. I'm T-Pain. Um, let's see. There's an old ass reference. We'll do this little spot and then we'll call it an evening or afternoon. But yeah, I'll look up what course it was in a sec. Of course, you say everyone else is keeping it under wraps, and I've seen like 7 people's works in progress so far. Just because they're not posting it publicly doesn't mean people aren't kind of sharing ideas that they have. What else was I gonna do? I only have 2 pages of planted trees. Okay. Which is fine. And I'll probably just sprinkle in like the same planting I did on my other course that I just showed at the beginning of the stream on this one. Oh yeah, the scaling on this one is so much better. The other one almost feels claustrophobic compared to this one. Plus this shows off the backdrop so much better. Oh yeah, I need to change my surfaces as well before I forget. I think I did 30. Yeah, that looks better. Did I do it for all of them? I cannot remember. Regardless, I can check. No, probably not. What was the default here? 16. Whatever. I'll go look up what I liked the surface settings I had for the other one. So we'll look up what I had for those. I know I had changed the path color to something a little yeah, there we go. Something like that, I think. Fits the color palette a little better. Yep, have a good one, Adam. No worries. I think I'm just about to sign off here anyway. So yeah, I think that'll and we'll just pause the music. That'll do it for today. But yeah, there's our start so far. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, admittedly, it's almost exactly like the other one, except just a little better. So anyway, is there last chance? Is anybody wanting to do some streaming? Anyone I can raid? Let's go take a look. I mean, I could just go raid Seamount. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Again, it helps that the idea was already there. I had tried this once already, and I just didn't like the original one, so it was just picking taking the idea I already had and just modifying it slightly and running with it. So hopefully this will be an upgrade from the other one. But yeah, all right. Let's see. Thanks again, everybody. Let's see. Where is? Why am I blanking? There we go. We'll do our little raid command. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and until next time, have a good one.